Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Hello, my name is Kofi, also known as Old Kof or Teacher Kofi. Welcome to Piano Time. In this video, we'll continue with our discussion on the basics of jazz. We'll look at the three main types of 7 chords that lie within the major scale. We'll also consider a term known as the Tritone Substitution and how to use that effectively as a pianist. Stay tuned. Back to the keyboard. Let's consider key C. I'm going to use my left hand. Good. Now, this is what I want us to quickly do. I want us to compare the various modes that lie within the major scale to their original keys. So this is the major scale for C. Now in the major scale we have what? D, E, F, G, A, B. So these are the various degrees within the major scale. And we are going to compare all these modes to their original keys. Obviously we are not going to start with the first one because the first one also represents the same scale, so there's no point. Now let's go to the second degree, which is D. So this is D Dorian. Now I'm going to use my right hand to play all the original keys or the major scale of all the original keys. Good. So this is D Dorian. And then this is D as a key on its own, or D Ionian scale. So let's compare the two. Now they all have the same 1, the same 2, but the 3 is different. On my left, which is representing the D Dorian, it has a minor third. But on my right, we have a major third. Now the same 4th, the same 5th, the same 6th, and then this is a dominant 7th, but this is a major 7th here, and then back. So how many alterations? There are 2 alterations within this particular analysis. Good. Now let's go to the next mode, which is E Phrygian, and compare that to E as a key on its own, or E major scale, or E the Ionian mode, or Ionian scale. Good. Now they all have the same 1. The 2 is different. 3 is also different. There's a minor third here, but a major third here. The same 4, the same 5. The 6th is different. The 7th is also different. There's a minor 7th chord here, minor 7th, and then this is a major 7th, and then back. Good. So how many alterations? There were 4 alterations on the 2nd, 3rd, and then 6th, and then 7th. So 4 alterations. Good. Let's go to the next mode. This is the Lydian mode, which is the 4th mode. So when you hear Lydian mode, it means it's the 4th mode of a particular key. In this case, we are in C because F is the Lydian, so it's the 4th mode of C. Good. Let's compare F Lydian to F as a key on its own, or F major scale. Good. Now let's look at it. The same 1, the same 2, the same 3. The 4 is different. So there's a added 4th here, but this is the 4th itself. Or with the Lydian, we have what? A +4. But this is the 4/4. F as a key on its own. And then the 5, the same 5, the same 6, the same 7, and back. So how many alterations? Only 1. 1 alteration. Good. And it occurred at the 4th note, or the 4th degree. Good. So let's go to the next mode, which is the Mixolydian. Compare the G Mixolydian to G as a key on its own. Good. The same 1, the same 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this is where the alteration is. It lies with what? The 7th degree. So G also has only 1 alteration. Now let's move on to the Aeolian mode and compare that. So Aeolian mode is what? A. And compare that to A as a key on its own. So this is the Aeolian mode. And then this A as a key on its own. Let's compare the same 1, the same 2. The 3 is different. This is a minor third year, major third year. The same 4, the same 5. Then the 6th is what? Different. Sorry. This is 6th, different. And then 7th is also different. Dominant 7th year is a major 7th year. And then back. So how many alterations? There are 3 alterations within this particular analysis. Good. Now let's go to the last degree, which is the Locrian. That is B. Let's compare that to B as a key on its own, or B major scale. So this is B major scale. Good. The same 1. The 2 different. T is also the 3 is also different. We have a minor third year, major third year. The same 4. 5 is different. 6 is different. 7 is different, and then back. So how many alterations? 5 alterations. That's the highest number of alterations. So the Locrian, as compared to its original key, has 5 alterations. Good. I want you to bear all these in mind. Good. Let's quickly move on to the next analysis. But before then, let me chip in this, that if you know your modes very well, there's no need or there's no point in memorizing all these alterations. Once you know your modes very well, all that you need to do is to look out for their places and then be able to apply them as a pianist. Good. Now, in jazz, the chord quality is dependent on the 3rd and then what? The 7th of every mode. So if you pick the first mode, you need to pick the 3rd and then you need to pick the 7th. So when you go to all the other modes, all that you need to do is pick the 3rd note and pick the 7th note, and then you are good to go. So let's look at the 3 main types of 7th chords that lie within the major scale in this particular analysis. Good. Now, this is the first mode. What kind of 3rd do we have here? This is a major 3rd. And then what kind of 7th is this? This is also a major 7th chord. So on the first mode, you always get a major 7th chord. Okay, yes, good. Now let's go to the mode 2, which is this. Now let's pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what kind of 3rd is this? This is a minor 3rd. And then what kind of 7th note is this? This is obviously a dominant 7th note. Good. So we have a minor 3rd and then a dominant 7th chord. So this is a minor 7th chord. Yeah. So we are on D. So it's referred to as D minor 7th chord. Now let's go to mode 3. Sorry. Let's look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What kind of chord is this? This is also a minor 7th chord. So the Phrygian will also give you a minor 7th chord because there's a minor 3rd here and then a dominant 7th here. Now let's go to mode 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What kind of chord is this? This is a major 3rd and then a major 7th. So this is also a major 7th chord. This gives you a major 7th chord. Now let's move on to Mixolydian mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now look at something peculiar here. This is a major 3rd, but a dominant 7th. There's a major 3rd happening here, or occurring here, and then a dominant 7th. Good. And then let's go to the 6th mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is also a minor 7th chord because a minor 3rd here and then a dominant 7th. Good. And then let's go to the last one. So what kind of 3rd and what kind of 7th is this? A minor 3rd occurring here and then a dominant 7th. So this is also a minor 7th chord. So let's look at the analysis of all these. So in the first mode, we have a major chord happening here, major 7th chord. And there was also a major 7th chord with the 4th degree or the Lydian mode. So there are 2 major 7th chords, one occurring at the 1st degree and then the 4th degree. And then there were 4 other, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 other minor 7th chords. The one that occurred on the Dorian mode, the Phrygian mode, the Aeolian mode, and then the Locrian mode. So it boils down to the Mixolydian. So it is only the Mixolydian mode that has major 3rd and then dominant 7th. Now with minor 7th chords, it can come from 4 places. Now if you have a minor 7th chord, you might be tempted to think that it's Dorian. No, it can also be Phrygian, or it can be Locrian, or it can be Aeolian. That's why we did all those analysis. You know, Dorian has 2 alterations. Phrygian has 4 alterations. Aeolian, 3, and then Locrian, 5. Now, if you recall, this is 2, and then 5, 1. We are going back to 2-5-1 stuff. 2-5-1. We want to quickly look at what is termed as tritone substitution. Tritone substitution. Now, there was a natural tritone that occurred on the Mixolydian mode. So let's go to the Mixolydian mode. It has what? A major 3rd and the dominant 7th. Now, the 3rd and the 7th are tritone apart. Tritone means 3 tones. Okay, 1 or 6 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's a natural occurrence of tritone happening on the 5th degree. And I want you to pay particular attention to that, because that's what we are going to substitute. We call it tritone substitution. So if you play 2 and then 5, 1, obviously playing just 2, 5, 1, you become bored. So you need to look for other ways to make your play interesting. And that's where we'll apply this particular concept, the tritone substitution. Now let's pick G. What's the tritone of G? The tritone of G is C sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 semitones or 3 tones. Good. So sometimes when we play 2, 5, 1, and on the 5, instead of playing G, we play C sharp. Yeah. And it gives it a very smooth backwards approach. Good. So I play 2, 5, and then 1. Instead of G, I'll play C sharp. So 2. Good. You can even play the 2. You can play the G and then go and play the C sharp. Like, you can try it on the rest of the keys. Let's pick F. So we go like. Let's go to another key. Sorry. Let's pick another key. So you can try this or experiment them everywhere. You don't have to be bored. I mean, try this tritone substitution within the cycle of 4th and 5th. And I'm sure you'll be okay. Good. Now, let's look at the 5 chord again, which is this. Now, what are the keys there? We have F and B. Okay, F and B. Now, I want you to keep that in mind. Let's go to F sharp and play 2, 5, 1 in F sharp. So, 2, 5, 1. Let's pay close or particular attention to the 5, which is the C sharp. And look at the type of chord quality or the type of notes that are there. Now, look at this. This is the 7th, which is B. And then this is the 3rd, which is what? F. This is even the more reason why we substitute C sharp for G and vice versa. Because the chord quality for G, which is a 5 for C, is the same as C sharp. Okay, the same as C sharp. So this is where you need to understand that substitution happens because of this particular phenomenon. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. And as usual, all that you need to do is to practice. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and also like. Enjoy. God bless you.